So let's, with that note, let's come to seated towards the front of our chairs. Close the eyes. And I want you, as you close your eyes, to connect the chair to the floor and to your body. And as you establish that connection, scan the body. And if there's an area that you identify that perhaps needs a little extra work today, see if you can emphasize that and try and identify perhaps some of the things that might ease whatever concern you have about that area. And I want you to draw on your experience, on your practice, on what you've learned about your practice over all these years we've practiced together. Having established that mind-body connection, now extend that connection to the breath. And whenever you feel ready, begin to deepen the breath and even the breath, the flow of the breath between your inhale and your exhale breath. And today, rather than me giving you a count to guide you into that breath pattern that we're going to use throughout our active part of our practice, can you initially do a four count 4 times, and then move to a 4-6 count, and again repeating 4 times the 4-6 count. So there won't be any cueing through this. I'll just cue that first inhale, and then I want you to move through the first 4-4 and the second 4-6 at your own time and your own pace. So inhale. So now let's continue our breath work with some alternate nostril breathing. We haven't done that for a while. So just remembering, you can use the right thumb to close the right nostril, the right ring finger to close the left nostril. Sometimes it helps to rest the index finger and middle finger on the forehead, and supporting the elbow can just give you a little bit more ability to focus on the breath rather than focusing on supporting that arm. So let's close the right nostril, inhale through the left nostril, close left, exhale right, inhale right, Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Let's take the arms now down to the side. And before we begin to move, I want you to bring your attention to the feet. Lift all 10 toes away from the floor and spread them out any amount. Press the mound of the big toe into the floor, mound of the little toe into the floor, and center of the heel. And even though our feet aren't supporting us now, it's our seat, make sure you still establish that connection between the floor and the feet. Let's move now to the seat. Move to your seat. Move, lean to the right. Take all the weight onto the right sit bone. Now come onto the left sit bone, and let's take all the weight onto the left sit bone. So just get that sensation of the weight concentrated on both sides. And now let's even the weight out between the right and the left sit bone. Try and get that weight on the two sit bones as even as possible. Glue the sit bones to the seat of the chair, and now moving the spine laterally, reach the right fingertips down towards the floor, come through center and reach the left fingertips to the floor. Right for 2, left for 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 6, and 6. Now on number 7, bring the left hand overhead and reach across, reaching now the left fingertips to the floor and the right arm comes overhead. Try and keep that, rather than going deeper by leaning that right shoulder forward, try and draw the right shoulder back and keep the movement in the lateral plane as much as you can for 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and 12. Come back to our seated mountain pose. Let's bring the hands onto the thighs. Continue to warm up the spine with some cat-cow moves. So, lifting the sternum and exhaling, rounding the spine towards the back of the chair. Remembering, if you have bone density issues in the spine, you just can sort of gently round towards the back of the chair. Otherwise, try and get as much range of motion in this forward and back movement as you can. Come back to neutral. Let's take a nice deep breath in, expand the belly as we do. And then exhale, draw the belly back towards the spine and exhale out. Raise the arms overhead. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Bring the right hand in as close as you can to the sacrum. And let's twist right. I know I've been encouraging you for some time to use the oblique muscles, to use these muscles along the side of the belly to deepen your twist. So rather than trying to take the arms, using the arms to take you deeper into the twist. See if you can activate the oblique muscles to move you deeper into the twist. Inhale the arms back overhead. And let's go in the opposite direction. Again, activating now the obliques on the left side. Taking the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. And see if it's balanced. See if it's a little easier or a little more challenging to activate those oblique muscles to move sideways, to move into the twist. One more breath here. And inhale, come back to center. Let's reset the spine by doing one cat-cow move. Inhale, and exhale, round back. Let's inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Interlace the fingers and either use your strap or the hand to come around the left or right shin. Point the toes towards the floor and flex the toes towards the shin. 2, 2, and 3, and 3. Circle 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. Cup the knee with the hands or use your strap and move that leg through the range of motion and stop and then go in the opposite direction. Interlace the fingers behind the thigh and lift, curl the toes towards the shin and lift and lower for 1 and 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's bring now the right ankle onto the left thigh, or if that's beyond your range of flexibility, just cross the right ankle in front of the left ankle. Coming up here, flex the toes in towards the shin, gently rock that right knee, the right hand, and now hold the right knee with the right hand, and we're just going to gently press the right knee into the right hand. No movement, but muscular effort for 1, 2, 3 as we inhale, and then exhale. Let all that tension go. Let's inhale. 1, 2, 3, and exhale. Final time. 1, 2, 3. Lower the sole of the right foot to the inner edge of the left foot. Sit towards the front edge of the chair. Raise the arms overhead and come into our chair-supported tree pose. Breathing here. Two more breaths. And one more. Draw that right leg in. Come back to hip distance apart. Take the arms overhead. Exhale, fold over the legs. Rise up halfway. Fold. Come all the way up. And interlace the fingers as we draw the hands down. But then make sure you're in the non-dominant interlace. So that pinky finger that's on the bottom is the one that's usually wrapped around inside. Come around the left shin and draw that left knee towards the left armpit. Point, flex, and point and flex. Circle 1, circle 2, circle 3, 1 and 2 and 3. Reach behind the thigh, curl the toes towards the shin, lift and lower the lower leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's bring the left ankle now to the right thigh. Curl the toes in towards the shin and gently rock that knee with the left hand and then stop. And we're going to press in as we inhale for 1, 2, 3, and then exhale and let everything go. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, and 3. Let's bring, we didn't circle the knee yet. So come around the knee and go 1, 2, and 3 in one direction, and then go in the opposite direction. 1, 2, and 3. Now bring the sole of the left foot to the inner edge of the right foot. Let that left knee open out to the side. Raise the arms overhead and come into our seated tree pose for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Exhale the arms down. Draw the left leg in. Make sure the feet are approximately hip distance apart. Let's raise the arms overhead again. And remember, folding from the crease of the hips, drawing the sit bones back with the edge of the chair. Let's fold over the legs. You might want to bring your blocks beside the ankles to support the hands. And remember, you can use any of the 3 heights, or let the fingertips reach all the way to the floor. One more breath here. Inhale, come all the way up and draw the hands back to heart center. Let's now stretch that right foot out towards me. Flex the toes back towards the shin and use the muscles at the back of the leg to press the heel down into the floor. Bring both hands onto the left thigh. Draw the shoulder blades back and let's lengthen the body over the outstretched legs and try and push the left heel down to the floor, getting a stretch in the left calf and a slightly different stretch in the right side. Your hands might even come off onto those blocks, again at any height. Or they might even reach for that right foot and help draw the toes in towards the body. One more breath here. Inhale, rise all the way up, drawing the right foot in, extend the left foot out And bring the hands now onto the right thigh. Draw the shoulders back, open the chest, keeping the back long and straight, and the head in line with the spine. So we're not leading with the head, we're leading with the center part of the chest, with the sternum. Leading, and we go forward. And let the body guide you into this stretch, rather than setting a picture in the mind of what this stretch should look like. Allow the body to tell you when it's ready to move deeper, to when you've reached your maximum in this fold. And perhaps where you might need a little extra special attention. Take one more breath here. Inhale, come all the way up. Those hands and feet meet. And draw the hands back to heart center. Let's walk the feet out into a small V. So you can go as wide or as close as you want. Just make sure whatever distance you set the feet at, the heel remains underneath the knee. So let's take the feet wide. Inhale. And once more, this time let's fold into the center of the V. Again, using your blocks as appropriate. And moving again into this forward fold at a pace that allows you to keep the back straight, and try and keep the cervical spine in line with the rest of the spine. So you're not looking up at the screen, you're probably looking down just about between where your hands are on the blocks of the floor. So find that spot where your gaze allows you to keep the back of the neck long, not hanging towards the floor and looking back through the legs, nor lifting the head up and look at the screen. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, come all the way up, and return the hands to heart center. From heart center, let's take the hands into a cactus position. And I want you to pay special attention today to the shoulders. So you're feeling the shoulder blades pulling together on the back, pulling in towards the spine, and then feeling the tip, that triangle of the shoulder blade pulling down towards the waist. We're going to twist now towards the left side. We're going to then twist right, left, right. And this time when we go left, we'll bend the right elbow and bring the right elbow onto the right thigh. And think about drawing that left shoulder back. You can either reach it up to the sky, reach it ahead, and your gaze can be straight to the side, or if your neck cooperates, if your neck is good with it, just look up under the armpit and look towards the ceiling. Let's inhale, come back up. Twist towards the right side now. Bend the left elbow. Take it to the left thigh. And then before we start to extend the arm, try and stack the shoulders and then lift and reach forward. So work down through the trunk and see if you can bring the attention into those obliques once more. And let them help you do the twist. Let's inhale, come back up to cactus. Raise the arms overhead, and then exhale. Let's fold into the center of that V we formed from the leg, formed by the legs. One more breath here. Inhale, come all the way up and bring the hands back to heart center. Let's walk the legs back together and find our weights. Again, we're going to repeat that lateral movement of the spine. So make sure that spine is in alignment in that neutral curve. Drawing the head back slightly. And reach right to the floor. Left for 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Come back to neutral. With the weights continuing at the side, let's do some hammer curls. 1. Remembering to take an equal effort on the way down as on the way up. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. We're going to add on to that curl by lifting and then extending for 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Arms to the side. Now let's move. We're just going to take the weights out towards the side, just up to 45 degrees for 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, and 6. Let's do our core work now, crossing the arms over the body, over the front of the body, sitting tall, keeping that focus on the muscles, starting right at the base of at the pelvic floor, going all the way up the front of the body. And as we inhale, control our lean towards the back of the chair, and then exhale, come forward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale for 3, exhale. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and we'll hold on 12 for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Roll the arms, our shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. And once more, forward, up, back, and down. Let's cross the arms now. Find that alternate cross. Take a nice deep breath in. And let's exhale out through the mouth. And inhale, go back for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we'll hold on the next one back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Come back to that neutral spine. Roll forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. And forward, up, back, and down. Setting our weights aside. Come back to our seated mountain pose. And now we'll do 3 seated rounds of sun salutations before we come up to do our standing work. So beginning in our seated mountain pose, spine is tall, heels are underneath the knees. Take the arms to the side. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold over the legs. Rise halfway up on your inhale. Exhale, fold back again. Inhale, come all the way up and draw the hands back to heart center. Inhale up, right leg out, left leg back. Fold over the legs, coming to the blocks, the floor, or Your hands can rest here or on the blocks and fold over the legs. Take one breath in the fold. Inhale. Come all the way up. Our hands and feet meet at the center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold all the way up. And now let's switch. Left leg forward, right leg back. Fold over the legs. And remember, try now not to look at your screen or not. Just try, or let the head sag. Try and focus your gaze on the toes and keep the head level with the spine. Inhale, come all the way up, hands and feet meet at the center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. All the way up and back to heart center. Round 2. Inhale. Exhale. Half lift. Exhale. All the way up. Left forward, right back, and exhale. Half lift, or no, inhale, hands and feet meet. Exhale, fold. Half lift, fold, all the way up and back to heart center. Inhale up. This time right comes forward, left back, and fold over the leg. One breath here. All the way up. Heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Fold. Come all the way up and back to heart center. Let's do one more round of our sun salutation. So inhale. Exhale. Half lift. All the way up. Left forward, right back. One breath. All the way up. Exhale, fold. Half lift. All the way up. Right forward, left back, and fold. Come all the way up. Draw back to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Half lift and fold. Come all the way up and return to heart center. And now is a great time to grab a drink. And just walk the feet out into that gentle V once more. And then let the knees sway to the right. Come through center, sway left. 2 and 2. Walk the feet back into the center, and we'll come up to standing for some standing work. Coming up to standing, today we'll face the back of our chair. Facing the back of our chair, just standing whatever distance is comfortable for you from the chair. And as we started our seated practice with seated mountain, we're going to start our standing practice with standing mountain pose or Tadasana. Establish the grounding of the feet to the floor. Lift the inner line of the legs. Draw the tailbone slightly down. It's not a tuck, it's just drawing it slightly towards the floor, softening the ribs, drawing the shoulders back, opening, leveling the chin, and drawing the head back. Let's take one more nice deep breath here. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale the arms overhead. And let's exhale, forward fold towards our chair. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold back towards the chair once more. And then walk the feet away from the chair and create that L shape with the body. Resting. The hands on the back of the chair. Feeling the firm, strong connection between the feet and the floor. Bend the knees ever so slightly. Firm up those core muscles we just worked on. Draw the hips away from the chair, but stretch the top of the head towards the chair. Press the hands into the back of the chair. Now let's turn the right toe slightly out to the side and step the left toes in towards the chair. Straighten that leg and then bend the left knee in towards the chair. Now, take the tailbone slightly down towards the floor and try and move the weight on the right foot towards the outer edge of the foot. Keep bending the knee a little more deeply, and let's raise one or both hands towards the ceiling. Breathe here. Drop the hands towards the back of the chair. Lift the back heel and create that L shape again with the body. Stretching out. And now turn the left toes out, step the right toes in for our warrior one on this side. Straighten the right, bend the right leg. Lift one or both hands away from the chair. And use each breath as an opportunity to just refine this pose. Any amount. Make sure you're in a position where you feel secure as you enter into the pose. And then from that security, refine the pose. Drop the hands back to the chair, lift the heel, and come back into our chair, down dog. Stretch the body out. And breathe. Let's walk the feet in towards the chair. I'm standing behind the chair. Inhale, come up and breathe. Once again, we're going to step this time that left foot in towards the chair, and we're going to step our right foot out wide. This time we're going to open the pelvis towards the side of your mat. Stretch the arms out. Oh, cutting my head off, I see. So just sort of prepare yourself, connect to the floor. And I'll just change the view here a little bit. Okay, now, there we go. You don't see I'm not disembodied now. Stretch the arms out and bend the knee in towards the chair for our warrior two pose. Now bend that chair side elbow, bring it to the chair side of the back of the chair, or reach the hand down towards the seat. And let's do an extended side angle supported by the chair. If you felt comfortable, you could bring that elbow to the knee, or you could reach that hand down towards the floor. Let's turn towards the chair, come up, lift the heel, and step back to that chair version of down dog, our L shape. Rather than moving my chair, I'm going to just do this on the opposite side. We'll stay on the same side, this time stepping the right foot in, establishing my foundation, reaching out, bending the knee in towards the chair. Try and make sure the weight is even between the right and left side. Bend the elbow, reach across in our extended side angle. Let's turn towards the chair, or come back up to the warrior two. Turn the feet parallel to each other, heel toe the feet back together, and then turn to face our chair and stretch out in our chair support L shape. This is a great pose to do if you're working in the kitchen. Instead of your chair, use the edge of your kitchen counter or the table to support the hands. Come into this L shape. Let's now walk the feet in towards the chair. And we'll end our standing practice with tree pose. So, using your chair side foot as a support for your tree, lift the heel. You might do tree here. You might bring the ankle to the, or the heel to the ankle, to the calf, or to the inner thigh. Bring your hands together, heart center, reach the arms overhead, and breathe here. Draw the hands back to heart center. And now let's switch, either turn around or switch to the other side, or move the chair to your other side. Lifting the heel, taking the heel to the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh, and bring the hands together, raise them overhead, and breathe here. Draw the hands back to heart center, release. And just before we come down back to our chair, let's just do some side stepping. Again, this is just to have balance. I'm just going to step off my mat so I don't catch my toes on the mat. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, and 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Let's come back to seated. And come back and find that seated mountain pose. Again, another good opportunity to grab a drink. Back to seated. Let the breath find, come back to that pattern we established at the start of the class. Lift the arms overhead and exhale, fold over the legs. Rise up halfway. Fold back. Come all the way up. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh and twist towards our right. And think back to that first twist that we did today. Just notice, how does this twist compare to that first twist? Inhale the arms overhead and exhale and twist in the opposite direction. Inhale, come back to center. Let's do one cat-cow move, inhaling. And as we round towards the back of the chair, exhale through the mouth with a sigh. Inhale, come back to seated mountain. And when you're ready, allow yourself to slide back on the chair so that now the back of the chair supports you. And just use the first few moments in our seated mountain pose to find a place where you're comfortable. Let the body settle for a few seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. And then if there's a micro adjustment that you can make that's going to make you 5% more comfortable, make that adjustment. And perhaps repeat that process 1 or 2 times until you find the position where you're absolutely the most comfortable you can be seated on this chair. And once you found that position where you are as comfortable as you can possibly be, let the breath soften. And let the breath find its own pattern. Not a pattern that you're dictating. Not a pattern that's directed by the mind, but a pattern that is directed by the body. Finding a place where you can allow the body to relax as completely as possible. Letting the breath find a very soft, a very gentle, a very easy pattern. And now the final part, move into final relaxation, is relaxing the mind, allowing the mind to find an even rhythm and focus in the present. And even if it's only for a brief moment, you can set aside that busyness that sometimes keeps us occupied. Do so, and perhaps you'll notice that those periods of focus, those periods of resting of the mind will become longer and then start to join together. Now let's begin to deepen our breath. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Slide ourselves back towards the front of our chair. And coming back to that perch. Sit bones towards the front of the chair. Inhale the arms overhead. Draw the hands back to heart center. And thank yourself for making the time for this practice today and for making yoga a regular practice as part of your life. Thank each other for sharing and encouraging each other and caring for each other. And thank you so much for the deep honor that I always feel when I guide you through your practice. Thank you so much. Thank you and thank you.